104.5 The Team.
And we're joined by two-time Super Bowl MVP, Giants quarterback Eli Manning on Big Board Sports 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio. Eli, Roger Weiland, Chris Honorado in Albany, your former training camp home. Good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
We're good, man. How are you?
Doing great.
So you're hanging out at Keene University this morning, and I know you're talking about the message is to the young football players and the importance of staying hydrated in the crazy heat that we've had here.
Yeah, definitely. Here at Gatorade, they have the Beat the Heat program, which educates athletes really across all sports, not just football, but about the importance of staying hydrated, especially during these hot summer months. And these kids are out working hard this morning. It's 90 degrees. They're sweating all over the place. And just talking to them the importance of getting your electrolytes, getting your Gatorade, getting your fluids and water, throughout the whole day. And that it's a mindset to attack, staying hydrated. And it starts in the morning of getting your fluids in. It's really, kind of talking to the players. It's talking to the coaches, talking to the parents about having a plan to staying hydrated, not only for your performance on the field or on the court, but also just for your general health and avoiding being dehydrated, staying hydrated, and when you are sweating, you're losing more than just water. You're losing electrolytes, and you got to replace those electrolytes, and that helps you retain the water and the fluids in you. And so just talking about having a plan to staying hydrated and beating the heat, especially in these summer months.
Yeah, and I would assume the message now goes to the players, but also the coaches, right, who put these practices together. They got to make sure they have these things scheduled in.
No doubt. Having breaks to get, have players, drinking lots of fluids, having the Gatorade ready. Also, the parents, hey, when you pick up your kids from practice or you take them to practice, throw a bunch of Gatorade in them beforehand and water, just so they go in hydrated, and then they can, try to stay as hydrated as possible during the practice.
Time with Eli Manning, and Eli, I guess it's a little bit more downtime, but the training camp comes up at the end of the month. Are you pumped up? New head coach, new GM, a little bit of a fresh start here. Your thoughts, your mindset going into training camp at the end of July?
Yeah, definitely very excited. I've been talking to the guys. Everybody's fired up to get rolling. Happy about the changes and the additions that we made this off season, and bringing in a guy, Nate Solder, in the left tackle, and drafting Will Hernandez, doing some other moves up in front, getting that going. But just getting the guys back on the skill position with Evan Ingram and Sterling Shepard, getting Odell back healthy, and adding Saquon to the mix. On paper it all looks good. Now we got to find ways to make it look good on game day, and that starts in summer practices, and everybody's showing great commitment, working our tails off, and giving our best effort every day, and working smartly to get better, to make sure on game day we're ready to be at our best.
Eli, you know Roger pretty well. This won't surprise you that he has never worn a professional sports jersey before in his life, and he bought one this off season, but it wasn't number 10. It was number 26. What has the buzz been around this pick, number 2 overall of Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, Saquon's done. He's done a great job so far. Just coming in and getting to work. Learning the playbook, learning the route tree, learning the runs and the protection. So I've been impressed with them from the professionalism that he has at such a young age. So not only impressed on the field but off the field, his character and just how he's handled New York and coming into this media market and everything. So looking forward to seeing him in action. I think those running backs, you don't kind of get to see the full effect until they put those pads on and get in those game situations and see if they can make that first defender miss and outrun the secondary, and kind of see how all that's going to play out.
Well, I'm a Penn State guy, Eli, so that's my love fest for Barkley, and I honestly I do think you got a special player there for sure. Hey, what's it mean, Eli, to have Odell there and ready to go for the start of camp, knowing what's going on with his contract negotiations?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I know I don't think Odell wants to make that an issue. It's not something, having been in that situation, it's not something you want to talk about, and unfortunately it's going to be, he's going to get asked about it, it's going to get brought up, so he's going to he'll have a plan to attack that and just try to keep the focus on going out there and doing his job and getting ready for the upcoming season and going to play football. And I know he's excited about being back with the team and being healthy and getting back to playing football.
How do you feel, Eli? I'm sure it's a question you're tired of getting asked over the last few years, but going into this camp, and Roger mentioned kind of the rejuvenation, maybe this franchise with a new head coach and GM and a number 2 overall pick. How are you feeling, and do you expect to kind of be on a similar plan as you were last camp with that, quote, pitch count, if you will?
Yeah, I think quarterbacks are always. There's always a pitch count of some sort, and nowadays without two-a-days, you're not throwing as much as you used to. So I do a good job of kind of not overthrowing the warm up and arm. I've never had arm issues, so I'm not worried about that. But I think I'm excited. I'm excited to get into work. I've enjoyed being with Coach Shermer and Coach Shula and learning their the offense, and look forward to getting back and continuing to grow with that, and also just getting kind of the whole team there together, getting Odell out on the field, having Sterling and Evan and Saquon and the offensive line, kind of getting everybody, the full team back together, all the elements working, and seeing how good we can do and what's going to be kind of our style of play.
What can you tell us about Pat Shermer, the new coach?
Pat, first off, he's such a good man. He's so easy to talk to and get along with, and I've enjoyed, our relationship so far. And then also from a football standpoint, just, I think, he tries to keep the game as simple as possible. Don't overcomplicate things. He has a great way of this kind of teaching it and of just trying to kind of express his philosophy into the scheme, making sure everybody knows not just, hey, this is your route from this spot. You got to learn the whole concepts, understand what you're trying to do, when you're getting open, when you got to open up other people, and I think he does a great job of explaining that to everybody. Also explaining circumstances throughout the course of a game, 2-minute drills from the offensive standpoint, from the defensive standpoint, and just circumstances within the game. So it's been a great learning experience for me, and look forward to continuing to learn.
Eli, as you talk to these guys today and these young kids, does it rekindle the memories of when you were sitting there and a pro athlete came in, or somebody that you really looked up to came in and spoke to you?
Yeah, no doubt. I remember it wasn't too long ago. It seems like it wasn't too long ago that I was in these same in their same shoes, and being 13 and 14, 15 years old, and getting ready for 2-a-days and getting ready for training camp and trying to get better. I want to try to become the starting quarterback of my high school team, or I want to start on the JV, and just working hard to improve and getting excited. So that's what these kids are doing, trying to talk about the importance of hard work, staying hydrated, drinking your Gatorade. That'll help your performance, and kind of how I attack, how I think that's a big part of me staying healthy and not getting injured, is being hydrated and beating the heat during these summer months and drinking Gatorade. So I think it excites me seeing these young kids doing it. I still feel like that young kid getting ready to go to training camp.
Eli, always a pleasure, man. Thanks for a few minutes.
Roger.
I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks a lot, guys.
You got it. Eli Manning.